Hey, what's up? It's ObamaWeapon.com. Here I am getting raped in a fucking Starbucks. Want to know why? Because the government invented a weapon that can create fields of energy anywhere you go. In your body, in your environment, in your fucking brain. And it just beams in anywhere, all across America. You'll be on the Sahara Desert in another country and they'll still get you. Because they have thousands of satellites and radar all over the fucking planet. Meant to target people. And no, people are like, well, why would they target someone? Because it's so easy and it ain't worth two shits to them. It ain't nothing to them. It ain't high tech. They have people a level of genius who make these weapons kind of like they make a fart. Okay? It's nothing to them. And this is so old, dude. You want to know when they first started to be able to do this? When they could make a TV. That's when they were making little fucking tubes and light guns, and they could aim energy wherever they wanted to. Wherever they wanted to put it, they could do it. Some of the first technology I could find on the market are light guns that are in television tubes. And they've had televisions now for a long time. Since the 30s and the 40s. Maybe, I don't know when it was first invented, but... And that's the same type of technology they'll use in radar, military radar. After World War II, they found out, oh my god, these fucking radar are so damn powerful that I could feel the heating in my butt. It's warming my whole backside. Or I'm hearing clicks in my brain. That's what some of the first things ever documented were soldiers standing around their radar installations getting buzzed by their own systems. And then they decide, oh, well, let's find a way to control that and we could aim it where we want it to be aimed. And then they started doing it as a weapon. They call that the fray effect. That's when you hear the auditory. Remember, that's all fray effect is. Most people don't realize it's just a description of what the soldiers were having experienced when they're in front of the radar and they're hearing the things. And then you're having the heat effects. That was actually the inspiration for the first microwave oven, because then they tried to miniaturize the radar that they built. And they tried to sell it to people to warm food. And that's all in Wikipedia. You can read that. And they called the radar range. That was one of the first microwaves. The government's been using this fucking shit on people to rape them. Because what if you can heat a part of their body, you can beam it at their balls. And you can increase the distance, you know. You could do it from another state because you use the sky like a mirror and you bounce the signals off the sky down into the person. And then you do it with a satellite. And I'm here being hit with that right now. And they just can beam in some noise because once you learn how to control the fray effect, you can do all sorts of crap. And you can also target the brain, and then you can get into the thoughts and the memories and shit, and you're putting crap in there that's not supposed to be there. And then you're just sitting there listening to the garbage all day long, and on the other side there could be a person. I don't know where they're at, you know, but they're hooked up to it, and they're actually sitting there projecting crap into me that they want, like an interrogation would be. Like if I was in the military's base, they'd want to get in front of me to do their mind control shit, beat me up, talk to me, and get me to fear for something, make me think that I should disclose something to save myself or whatever. See, it's the same type of stuff. It's an interrogation, but there's no point in it. It's just to get me to make my body respond, and for years on end, get my brain to respond, because they want to torture people. So it's now, like I just said on Twitter, I said this is more like witness tampering. So it's done for people who witness high-level government crimes, and they go after people like me because I witness high-level government crimes, and I was the whistleblower, and the DOJ wanted me targeted, and the goddamn state of Oregon wanted me targeted. And Oregon State Hospital was the site of all these crimes. They found out, my case was interesting, man, because I'm just an innocent victim of all the crimes at State Hospital. How did I even get into the system? Because of all these crimes that were happening to suck people into the system. And then the violence from the staff, the sexual abuse covered up, the drug smuggling schemes. They got really dirty state employees, okay? And these are violent motherfuckers. And that's there's actually probably a scheme of people with false convictions now sitting in prison at the state hospital. People who are bad attorneys, bad judges, DAs. When they were sent to the state hospital, they'd be framed, you know. And that's what the attorneys would expect, was that their clients would be framed and then forced to do a false insanity plea. Or that while they were in custody, they would be drugged and fucked up and assaulted and no one would be there to help them. It's really crazy, man. And there's a huge scandal like that going on in Oregon. Your attorney in Oregon doesn't defend you. He wants you sent to the state hospital where he can have you fucked up. When you call your attorney from the state hospital, hey, my rights are being violated, please help me. He's sitting there, oh, well, you know what, I can't help you because your case is on hold. But in other states, see, when you're in custody, 6th Amendment says you got the right to counsel the whole time. Not in Oregon. You don't get an attorney in Oregon most of the time. You're going to be in custody with no attorney. And they want the staff to frame you. They want them to fucking violate your 6th Amendment right. They'll fucking be charting on you and putting stuff in the record, sending it to the judge, everything that they did to you that day, blah, blah, blah. Cooking the books. But no one's checking on how violent the staff are, what they're doing. They could sexually abuse you there and then beat you up and no one would do nothing. They can kill you in custody. There's routine patient deaths. I have a directory of patients who said they were assaulted. It's easy. Every day there's like 5 new assaults of a patient on each unit, practically. Staff putting people in seclusion and restraints, beating them up, bossing them around. If you don't do what we say, we're going to beat you up or drug you. That's what they do there. You got patients, busted ribs, broken wrists, broken elbows, fucking broken back, all the time. There's so many broken bones. And also the cool thing is, most of the time, you'll be sent to a doctor. You'll get treatment part of the time for your injuries, but the doctors are all in on it. They'll frame it. Oh, well, maybe you self-inflicted this. When there's some video showing the staff punching the person where they got the broken bone or something, they'll cover up every single injury. It's part of the cover-up. It's fucking sick, dude. I had that happen to me, man. A staff breaks my wrist, and then the doctor comes in and actually tries. I hear him thinking out loud. He's like, well, maybe you went like this and hit her on a counter. And I was like, what the fuck? They were just cooking it, man. I get punched by a staff in my nose and my nose almost breaks. They go and say that maybe I had a sinus infection. That's why I had swelling in my nose. Is that for real? The doctors were saying stuff like that? Yeah, every time. They'll cover it up like it's an injury or an infection. The staff didn't really touch me. Every patient there is sitting there dealing with that. DOJ know about that. They came in, they covered that shit up, man. State lacked liability insurance, man.